The Spartans and Panthers are two programs that know each other all too well, especially when a game such as this one comes in with high stakes. We go to the top of the second with the bases loaded and no one out for Southern Lehigh as senior Jacob Albert hits senior Michael O'Neill with a pitch and brings home a run for the first run of the game. The merry-go-round continues as sophomore Matthew O'Neill walks with the bases loaded at the hands of Albert to give Southern Lehigh a 2-0 lead. With sophomore Cole Hubert now pitching for Saucon Valley and one out, junior Jansen Brown belts a double into right field to score 2 runs and extend the Spartans' lead to 4-0. 3 batters later and 2 outs, senior Luke Lee pokes a hit through the right side for his lone RBI hit of the game. 3 runs scored on the play to give Southern Lehigh a 7-0 lead. Southern Lehigh took an 8-0 lead into the home half of the fourth. 2 runners on and no one out. Albert brings 2 runs home on a fielding error at shortstop. Saucon Valley was able to trim Southern Lehigh's lead to 8-2. The Panthers scored a run in the 5th before Southern Lehigh scored 2 runs in the 7th. Saucon Valley scored a run in the bottom of the 7th, but it wouldn't be enough as Southern Lehigh won 10-4 to stay undefeated on the season. Saucon Valley would drop to 6-2 on the campaign.
To be sitting 8-0, and I still don't know who we are right now. We've been keeping ourselves in games with pitching, and last couple games hasn't been great, even though it doesn't look like that's a problem. From the inside, it's a problem. But for us to be here 8 games in, obviously we're pleased with that, but we got a lot of work to do.
We know when you go against a good team, especially one like Saucon, they kind of picked us and them to be the competitors this year in the league. It's always good to kind of get out there and jump on them right away and get that early momentum because it plays a big role later in the game. And obviously we had ups and downs throughout the game as well, but to come out big and kind of squish them right away, it does a lot for a team, especially through a long game like this one.
The Spartans' pursuit of staying undefeated is still very much intact, and though a lot to be excited about from Southern Lehigh's perspective, though they still feel like they have to work on a lot of little things in order to really finish out the season on a high note.
Record-wise, we couldn't be more happy, But from the little things that we need to do to be good all game long, we're not doing those things, So there's some frustration on my part. Obviously, I feel good for these guys. We got 7 new starters, so we don't know what's going to happen any day, So some days it's good, some days it's not so good. But thankfully, we're coming out on the right side every day.
Yeah, well, a couple days ago, actually, we had a game against Palisades, and we didn't play our best, but we still mercied them by 15 runs. But, all the things that we have to get done for us to be successful later down the line in playoffs just didn't happen that game. You're always going to have your games where you come out there and you pile 15 runs on them, but, how'd you do it? Was it through good baseball or bad baseball?
From Saucon Valley High School, I'm Mike Ventola with the Service Electric Network.